Welcome to the Anger Management Podcast. It's episode 6.
Jesus Christ.
We've made it all the way to 6 episodes, boys.
Who'd have thought?
Can you believe it? I thought we'd be imprisoned by now, at the very least.
It just started off with a dream.
I thought I'd have at least offended some of the woke brigade, but no one seems to care.
No one's bothered.
Maybe that's because the general public actually don't give a shit.
Basically.
And it's just social media bollocks.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's not just one or two people and then companies everywhere are like, everyone's offended. No, they're not. No one basically gives a shit.
Again, we're out to offend as many people as possible on this podcast.
And it's not doing very well.
How have you been, lads?
Yes, I'll meet you.
Good, man.
We've got Luke Gordon back in the studio.
Yes.
By popular demand.
Popular demand. There's at least 3 people asked for him
I know
back.
about to say. 2 that I know, so that makes
one
5.
was his dad. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, cheers, Chris.
So, Luke's back after... I still haven't stopped laughing from the last time he was on, to be perfectly honest.
Don't fucking start.
Regular listeners will be aware of Luke's member story from a couple of weeks back. It's taken the internet by storm.
It has. It has.
So he's back with us with a vengeance.
Yeah, well, I have an update on that story.
Oh, there's an update.
I have an update. So I've seen my nan since.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So have I.
Was she listening to the podcast?
Funnily enough, no.
Oh, shit.
But I said to her, like, the whole story, like...
What, you told her about what we've been...
Yeah, we told her about what we've been saying
right.
and all this sort of stuff. And I said, so, like... Let's have it definitively. What do you want me to...
The nan has spoken.
He's got her under a spotlight and everything.
Right, what are we going to call it? Right, we need to think of, right, from now on. And she literally just went, just call it your penis.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, nan has spoken.
That's it.
Nan has spoken. You've been overruled, Luke. Maybe we should have had that on the poll, on the Graham poll.
Yeah.
You know, for the normal people to vote.
Yeah. Sane people could have voted
You
then.
fucking idiots.
Instead
It's
of
a
just
penis.
us and idiots who think we're funny.
Oh, dear.
Which we're not. Anyway, it's the Anger Management Podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Simcox.
And me, big, sexy Luke Gordon.
There we go. That's his full title.
Yes. Kept that one out last time.
So we've got some new microphones. Those of you watching on YouTube might notice we've got some sexy new microphones. But we do have a bit of a stripped back, laid bare studio.
Yes.
If you can see on YouTube, everything's been taken down. We are in the process of moving to our new facility. So we've pretty much got 3 stools, a few microphone stands and a computer.
Yeah.
And that's what we're rocking with at the moment. We're hoping next week, possibly, to be in the new facility, but we'll see how it goes. But these microphones are great.
I know.
We've used donation money.
And our own money.
Well, and our own money.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
well.
we've put all the donation money we've received so far into these lovely new microphones.
Yes.
So they're Rode pod mics. We're not endorsed by Rode or anything like that.
We wish we were.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Maybe they'll give us the money back.
You've never sounded so good.
Thanks, mate. So, it's the Anger Management Podcast. We've got the usual array of bollocks to talk about.
Pretty much.
I'm going to start with Liam. And I got a text message from him the other day. He was driving along in his works van, which hasn't blown up this week.
No, I got it back this week.
What? That's taken that long?
Yeah.
What was up with it?
It fucked me.
It's taken 5 weeks to fix your van.
Well, it was on the 2nd episode that we were talking about it, and we're now on the 6th, and I've just got it back today.
Wow, that must have been proper shagged.
I know.
Brilliant.
It's definitely the same van.
They've just got rid of it. Got your new van and put the same scratch marks down the side of it.
Well, it's got all my shit in still, so I hope so.
Wow, amazing. But Liam, you taken a bit of a gripe with people who only seem to play the same 6 songs over and over.
I mean,
over.
There's famous radio stations that I'm
Radio
sure.
1.
Yeah.
Let's just say what it is.
Yeah.
Radio
Yeah,
1's the
there's-
worst
Are we
offender
sugarmilling
for
it up, are we?
Radio 1's the worst offender at the minute.
Fuck
but
it, we'll just go for
carry
it.
on.
I
Carry on.
haven't listened to Radio 1 since Mark and Lard were on it, which is about 15 years ago.
You've got your
when
main ones
when it was good.
for the younger generation. So you've got your Capital, which is the biggest fucking culprit on this planet, and it only has like 5 or 6 songs. Yeah. Oh, competition as well that everyone enters in. £2 to enter, and you get 200 people in. Fucking shafted.
Don't we find that this is very much the way that all commercial radio stations go?
Pretty much.
In my day, you guys might not remember this, but those of you my age,
40.
right, 40, right?
60.
Back in the 90s, it was all about Long Wave Radio, Atlantic 252.
You're listening to the radio.
That's what we used to have on all the time. I used to be like mowing on the farm or silaging. And in the tractor, that's what we'd always have on, Long Wave Radio, Atlantic 252.
Well, it just annoys me. I'm fed up of listening to the same 5 or 6 songs. And like a little cheek plug for me and Steve-O here right now.
Thanks, mate.
But community radio stations, support your community radio stations because a lot of work goes on behind the scenes.
We play a proper variety of stuff. Sometimes too variable, Liam, when you play dreadful
George Michael
covers
songs
by George Michael.
Oh, fuck's sake.
That make me cringe. So
I've deleted it from history.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's gone,
then.
Mate. It's gone.
But we do play. We try and play a lot of different stuff. But this is the beauty of this podcast: is we get to play unsigned music. And I was having a conversation with my mate Simon Clulo. Simon was on episode 2. We played his new single, "Devil on My Shoulder." I think it was called.
Yes,
Simon's a brilliant country singer, country artist, fantastic. I was talking to Si the other day, and he basically said he thinks the future of music is unsigned music. And you know what? I have to agree with him.
Yeah, no, he's got a point.
You think of the stuff that we've been sent on this podcast so far.
Brilliant. There's not been one bad song, has there?
There hasn't been any dead
Not
wood.
one.
It's all been, sometimes a little bit rough around the edges production-wise, but fantastic. And I'd much rather listen to something that's not quite perfect than the usual slop that you get in the charts these days. And I agree with Si. I think the future of music might just be unsigned music. I mean, what the record labels do, apart from give you money making some kind of crappy video where you gyrate round on a stage.
Look at Taylor Swift. You're not telling me she's got there purely on talent. It's nothing to do with the fact that her dad were fucking loaded and paid £1 million for her to have an album recorded or anything like that, is it? Oh, nothing to do with that.
Absolutely, I don't know.
Nothing to do with that. Yeah.
Nothing to do with the fact that she's dead fit or anything like that. No,
just thrown a load of money at it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
I actually ate my dinner with Taylor Swift once.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, like we said a couple of weeks ago, sometimes having rich parents doesn't always pan out, though, does it?
It doesn't pan out. But
if your name's my funnel.
Luke's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Sticking that boot in.
Ripping on folk again.
How long's it been? 8 minutes.
But no, it used to get me in. I used to listen to Headbangers Ball on MTV in the 90s. And it was mint, Headbangers Ball was, but they did have a habit of only playing about the same 6. It'd be like a Korn song, a Metallica song, Strapping Young Lad, that kind of stuff. And you'd be like, oh yeah, this is mint. And then it'd be the same songs over and over again. And yeah, it is a bit annoying. I like a little bit of variety. And the thing is, for me, I've got quite a wide taste really when it comes to music. I've never really been bothered what it is if it's catchy and it feels good somehow. So I can listen to a bit of anything.
You don't want to listen to fucking Ed Sheeran on repeat though, do you? For like 4 or 5 times in an hour.
Absolutely not. But I don't mind listening to a bit of Ed Sheeran.
Oh no, I know.
But I wouldn't want to listen to him every day.
No,
you know what I mean. But I agree with you on that one, Liam. It is a little bit.
Just another one while we're on that topic as well. Is radio stations like, oh, we're going to play a throwback. It was #1 in charts last week.
Yeah. Throwback to 4 days ago.
Yeah, I said throwback to last week. Fucking hell.
I know what you mean.
Scraping barrel, is it that bad?
The worst one's when they started playing like oldies and it's like 2000 stuff. And it's like, am I old?
Yeah. An oldie from 2017.
Yeah, when did I get old?
Looking in the mirror just like, fucking, where's these grey hairs come from?
Something I wanted to discuss, boys. This really, really got my goat on social media last week.
This ain't going to be another trigger warning. You're not going to break his eardrums again.
I'm feeling quite chilled today, but this one really does fuck me off when I'm going through social media. And it's not anybody being nasty or anything like that. It's not something that would particularly make you mad. I just think, mate, what are you doing?
Always getting
there's one guy who I've got a friend. I don't know him particularly well, but he always puts posts up about Formula One, right? He's a Formula One fan, right? I am myself very much. So most of his posts, I sort of take interest in and I have a look. I'm like, yeah or no or whatever I think, if I agree with him or not. But the one that kills me every race, every qualifying and every race, and it will be, I'm not going to use his real name, but it will be Dave Smith makes a post and it says, congratulations to Lewis Hamilton on your 100th pole position.
Oh, fuck off.
Born winner. All the best from Dave Smith. And I sit there and I'm like, yeah, I bet Lewis now, I bet he's just taken his fucking helmet off, right?
It's like, cheers, Dave.
Sweating his tits off, whipped his phone out in the way when they're weighing him in that room. You know, he has to get weighed, right? First thing he does, he rips his helmet off. I better fucking see what Dave's got to say about me fucking quad. Oh, thanks, Dave. Yeah, cheers, Dave. Legend. Thanks, mate. I'll see you tonight for a quick pint. Fuck off, Dave. Seriously, you don't know Lewis Hamilton. He doesn't give a fuck whether you think he's done well or he's done shit. And we all think you're a fucking bellend for posting it.
Pull your tongue out of his arse.
Yeah, get a fucking grip, mate. Absolute madness. Absolute madness.
Is it as bad as, say, like watching football and then get like shouting at the screen, going, pass it to him?
I'm guilty for that.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm dreadfully guilty for that one, I am.
I support Sheffield United and we just got relegated, so... yeah, plenty of abuse.
I think I do it with hockey as well. With ice hockey, I watched a game earlier today, and I found I've followed hockey all my life, but I've never played ice hockey, mainly because unless the canal's frozen, we can't play hockey around here. There's nowhere to play. But I did used to play street hockey, roller hockey, quite a lot when I was young. So I do I do know my way around a rink. But obviously, I've never played in the NHL. But you wouldn't know it to listen to me watching a game.
No.
Oh, I'm on him. I'm on him all the time. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck was that? But of course, like most Brits, I don't really know the proper terminology. You know, like you know, like when American commentators commentate on a football match and they say stuff like, "What a hustle from Beckham." You're like, "You fucking what, mate? What a hustle! What the fuck's a hustle?" Sounds like a fucking breeder dog.
He's doing card tricks on street corner, conning people out of money. What a hustle!
Absolute bollocks,
what
mate.
a hustle!
But yeah, I mean, I've loved hockey for 30 odd years now, 32 years. So I do know the game quite well. But I still feel like an imposter somehow because it's a Canadian game, isn't it? So I always feel like an imposter. But you wouldn't know it. I was shouting at the fucking senators.
They're not just going to turn around at camera and look at camera and go, all right, cheers, Steve-O.
Steve-O says we should bring the third line on, not the fucking second. Get off, lads.
Yeah, what you fucking doing, he says.
Steve-O said you should have gone glove side there. Not stick side, you should have gone glove side. Steve-O says.
Get an LBW.
Yeah, mate. I have a fucking clue. Don't you try fucking start about cricket, Liam. For those listeners that don't know, we present a sports show on the radio every Saturday morning. And Liam is without doubt the only Yorkshireman in the world who doesn't watch cricket, doesn't understand cricket. He hasn't got a clue.
No, fucking it's Scooby.
He hasn't got a fucking clue. So, of course, I hear his accents and I instantly want to talk cricket to him straight away.
Sorry.
Makes sense.
He's just like Jeffrey Boycott. But then I'll say something. I said to him the other week, I said, oh, Liam, I got 3 for 10 off 8 last week. And he just looked at me like I was speaking Swahili. Yeah.
Well done, Steve-O.
Do you know what? I did actually get 3 for 10 off 8 2 weeks ago. Right. Amazing bowling figures.
Thanks.
And then got
I'll
dropped.
just nod and pretend to know.
I got dropped. Luke understands. Luke plays cricket. I got dropped. 3 for 10. Got dropped. No, it's a squad. No, seriously, it's a squad rotation system, so it's my turn. But it's a good tale to tell. 3 for 8.
Not bitter about it.
3 for 10, and then dropped.
Well, where we dropped to? There's 4 teams.
I was dropped to nothing, mate.
Dropped to nothing.
I was dropped to staying at home. Literally
watching Simpsons.
Yeah, that's it. But no, that one does absolutely kill me, guys. It's one of them things that I see regularly on social media, and it drives me absolutely taters because I wonder if these people, do they think that we believe they've got a personal connection with this sports person or this famous person, congratulations on such and such for winning the Oscar. It's like, yeah, you know Tom Hanks, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do.
You know Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
You'd fucking have a coffee with him in the morning, don't you, before you go work? Bollocks.
What time's Morgan Freeman coming round for a brew in morning? He's just won an award.
Morgan Freeman, he's your best mate, isn't he?
I love him, mate.
Love him. I also wanted to talk. This is one that I've been thinking of for a few weeks, but we haven't had time to get into it. And it was, I was watching documentary with David Beckham, and Beckham's one of my all-time sporting heroes. I loved him. I mean, thick as shit, like, but he was such a mint player.
Great voice, though.
I just thought he was mint. I just thought he was growing up in the 90s. He was like the epitome of what you could aspire to. Awesome pro footballer, captain of England, boning the fittest one out the Spice Girls, right?
Debatable.
I mean, not debatable. Absolutely. I'm all for opinion, but no.
We'll put it to a poll. No joking. No joking.
Absolutely not. It was like everything you dreamed of as a teenager in the 90s, and Beckham was living that dream. And
what, playing football or shagging Victoria?
Both. Combination.
Yeah,
it's a full circle.
Yeah.
No,
just a big pile of awesomeness.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it got me thinking, and it's a question I'd like to ask both of you guys. My favourite moment in life, the most single moment that I've been the most chuffed ever. So one moment where you've just gone, this is just, I've never felt this great, ever.
I know what mine is.
And mine was the moment that free kick went in the top corner in 2001, David Beckham against Greece, 3 minutes into injury time to send us to the World Cup finals. I've never felt that chuffed, ever, in my life. That one single, and people go, oh, what about when your kids are born or when you got married? Yeah, that was all cool, right? But it wasn't as good as that. Not Beckham scoring that equaliser in the last minute of injury time.
For you.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it was. I think it was because I was surrounded by all my friends. And I was like 20 or whatever I was, and we were all together, and it was just a good time to be alive somehow. And everything was encapsulated in that one moment, and it was just fucking. I remember everyone coming out the different pubs in the high street, and like thousands of people just in the local town high street, all milling together. Everybody just dead chuffed. Fucking, it was great. That's the most chuffed I've ever felt. Liam.
Are you going for me?
Yeah. I'm going for Liam.
My very first radio show that I ever did, I sat down and it was one of them moments, crystallizing moments where I was like, I want to do this for a living. This is my dream to do this. And it was just, I rise a fucking kite that day. I had a guy in training me, shout out Red Road FM.
By the way, Liam means naturally high as a kite here.
Yes.
He's not endorsing.
No, I'm not endorsing drugs.
Performance enhancing drugs.
No, definitely not. And shout out Red Road FM to my very first radio station. And I had a guy coming and training me, and he was in there for 20 minutes, and he was like, "Right, I'm gonna get off. You all right?" And I was left free reign to do exactly what I want, speak about what I want, get in touch with what I want. I was fucking buzzing. So yeah, that'd be it for me.
LG.
Ah, that's hard, man. Because like,
that's what she said.
Hey.
Get your member out.
Lads. See, I'm slightly more. What's the word? Like for you, you've got kids and got married, whereas I haven't yet.
Neither have I.
So I can get away with saying I'd probably edit your section out.
Don't do it. No, it's cool.
Probably again the football thing. Like the first game that I can remember. Bear in mind, I grew up as a Man United fan.
Did you say? Didn't know that?
Yeah. So
Man United fan from Biddle.
Yeah.
What a twat!
Oh dear.
It's probably like when Solskjaer scored the goal in the
in the 99 final.
That's probably the first game that I can remember, and the fact that like my mum and dad had like jumped out of the chair, and I was like, yeah.
Wow, I was 19 when that.
Yeah,
happened.
I was 8.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, 7.
It was a terrible game, dreadful, apart from the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my David Beckham one.
Yeah.
Is better than the
Yeah, it's my first
I suppose
game
if you're a
if
you're a Man United fan, yeah, I suppose that
well, I was 8.
more.
It's probably the first game that I can remember. I can remember that game like really well, but it's like I can't remember anything before it. Or,
it was good. It wasn't as I don't think it was quite as good as Liverpool's comeback in the 2005 Champions League final.
Yeah, but Liverpool a bunch of ballons.
Yeah, but as a neutral, as a genuine neutral, and not a glory hunter, Luke, right? I think that comeback was even better.
Yeah.
It was mad. It was mental. Well, that's for the sports show, I suppose.
This is when all the bad reviews come in. It's all the disgruntled Liverpool fans.
You
what?
We were talking before we started, me and Liam, on the amount of local supporters, football supporters, who don't support local teams. And it's another one that fucks me off massively.
Yeah.
Right? I just fucking... Okay, so the example I use is... So where did the 20,000 extra Stoke City supporters come from? And where have they gone again?
Oh, since they've been at Championship.
11 years ago, whatever it was, Stoke got promoted to the Premier League. And all of a sudden... Every man, his wife, kids, dogs, everything, all you'd see on social media on a Saturday morning is getting ready for the game, go watch the lads, Mighty Potters.
All with shirts on and that.
Yeah, with the shirt, whole families with the shirts on and stuff. And I'd sit there and I'd be like, well, that's bollocks. Well, why weren't you putting these pictures up when you were playing away at fucking Carlisle on a Tuesday night?
Yeah, when it's pissing down rain.
Absolute bollocks. And strangely enough, you'd always see these pictures when they were playing Man United or Chelsea
or
whoever it would be, right? And strangely enough, ever since they've been relegated and back in the Championship, I ain't seen any of these pictures. They've all disappeared. Every single one of them disappeared. I haven't seen one for 2 years.
It was same for us when we got promoted to Premier League and we were bringing in like 25, 26,000 a week, which is good. And then as soon as we get to Premier League, sold out every week. Sold out. And then it's like, they're what pissed me off. When you see fans and they're like, with the tickets, do we go down here? Do we go left? And excuse me, mate, can you tell me where Gangway F is?
It's
and I'm
Bramall
like,
Lane, mate. If
are
you don't fucking
serious?
know already, then fuck off. We don't want you. I know exactly what you mean,
Not
mate.
proper fans.
And then you get relegated and they all end up conveniently going back up to the Etihad. Or Anfield or wherever it may be. Actually, no. Before Stoke went in the Premier League, all these plastic fans were Man United fans. Since they've got relegated, they've deserted Stoke but become Man City or Liverpool fans.
Right, okay.
So it's whoever the best team is at that current moment. I fucking call half and half scarves.
Oh.
What the fucking hell is that all about? I've got to say this, right? If you're listening to this podcast and you've ever bought or worn a half and half scarf,
please get in touch.
Please get in touch so we can ridicule you and then fuck off because we don't want you listening to the fucking show because you're a twat. Seriously.
Oh, God.
Fuck me, honestly. Anyway, getting on to rivalries. We're going to play another song from Eric The Soo.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, Eric's back. He sent me another song.
From Canada?
It was from Canada. He's from Toronto, Eric is. Now,
nice.
As we mentioned on last week's show, I'm actually an Ottawa Senators fan who are the arch rivals of the Toronto Maple Leafs. We play in the Battle of Ontario. The Leafs have actually qualified for the Stanley Cup playoffs already this season because they are actually pretty good and we've been cack. Actually, saying that, Eric will agree with me here, we are actually, in the last 10 games, the best team in the NHL, would you believe? But it's too late because we lost 15 games in a row at the start of the season. So it's
bit like Vale.
Yeah, pretty much like Vale. I like an underdog.
Oh,
dear. I do. Eric had sent us another song, which was we asked Eric to let us know where the Soo part of the name came from in Eric and the Soo, and I think somebody hypothesized that maybe it was something to do with the area that he lived. And I'll tell you what Eric said. My home time is
My
hometown is Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada, and it's pronounced Sault Ste. Marie. People that live there call it The Soo. So the name is a nod to my hometown. And the song that Eric has sent us is actually called, let me get this right, I don't want to mess it up, My Hometown. So that is the song that relates into the question that we asked about what The Soo was about.
Thank you for getting in touch, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. We really enjoyed Eric's track last week.
We did. I was in a bar drowning my sorrows.
Yeah, you were.
I was busy
with
crying.
That whiskey tumbler.
Yeah. That last had left me.
So, again. So, Eric, thanks for that. We're going to play My Hometown, Eric and the Soo. Let's check it out, boys.
They say you can never go back to your hometown. Oh no, don't you ever go back. You'll only bring you down. My hometown. My hometown. Empty storefronts, lining empty streets, calling out for the old days, crying out for me. Boarded up my old school, cut down all the trees. Well, they tore down the corner store, yeah, when we used to meet. South Market, Orange Crush, just a silly little memory, but it means so much to me. My hometown, my hometown, hanging out at the top hat. Talking to the hard cases and the all-day drums, pumping quarters into pinball machines. Well, you never amount to nothing, my teacher said to me. I just smile, sort of shrug it off. Listen as my old man's laughter turns into smoker's cough. Oh, give me my hometown, my hometown. Thinking about the years gone by, what don't make you cry. My hometown.
Welcome back to the Anger Management Podcast. That was Eric and the Soo with My Hometown.
It's good, that.
Absolutely stellar again, Eric. Keep sending us this stuff over,
Yeah,
mate.
definitely.
We thought you were all twats in Canada, but if you keep this up, I might change my mind.
Just keep plugging us in Canada, please.
Absolutely brilliant. Very Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
That felt
vibes,
to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's what you were going for, Eric, but I did get that kind of vibe. Lovely song again. As we've grown accustomed to from Eric. Eric and the Soo. Liam, where can we find them?
We can find Eric and the Soo on Spotify, YouTube, all the usual blurbs.
The usual blurb stations. Apple Music, Spotify, all the rest of it. Eric, send us some more and we'll play it because it's really good. We really enjoy it.
Well, if anyone else is listening to that and wants to have their music featured, get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
That simple. So 2 weeks ago we had Luke on and his story about members has become fabled in the last couple of weeks. It's become legend. A folk tale almost.
Oh God.
Folk tale, yeah.
Right.
We've got tour buses coming outside taking photos of the house. Right over there, that's where Luke came up with his member story.
So for those who haven't caught episode 4, we'll give you a little quick catch up. It was basically Luke needed to mention his genitals to his nan. So the best way he could think of coming up with that was to use the word member to describe his old chap.
Oh dear.
So anyway, I went skating the other day with my best mate Gaz. Shout out Gary if you're listening.
Shout out Gaz.
And Gaz says he says there's a few you've missed off.
Oh.
A few proper ones, youth. A few proper ones.
Is that
you've
what he
missed
talks
off.
like?
Yeah,
Does he talk like that?
Just like that, don't you, Gaz?
Like Ringo Starr
So
with
anyway,
cold.
he says, and he gives me 3 absolute legends, right?
That's not one, is it? Calling your dick a legend?
No. these are absolutely amazing, mate. These ones. So, first one, scrotum pole.
Oh my God. Scrotum pole.
Get better. Get better.
Jump on me scrotum pole.
Scrotum pole. Okay. Number 2.
Oh God.
Tallywhacker.
Oh, that's a classic. Tallywhacker. Yes.
And my personal favourite, number 3. This one, Gaz and his brother Kenny used to use this one all the time, and it's Tommy Ticklemouse.
What the fuck? Tommy Ticklemouse.
Tommy Ticklemouse.
I feel sorry for his missus. Oh, get Tommy Ticklemouse out for me. What the fuck? Tommy Ticklemouse.
Tommy Ticklemouse. It's brilliant.
It sounds disturbing, but like cute at the same time.
It actually sounds like a child's toy.
Yeah.
Just imagine like going to the doctor's like, I've got a bit of an issue with my my Tommy Ticklemouse.
Yeah, your doctor's going with you what, mate? You tallywhacker. You scrotum pole. Yeah, me Tommy Ticklemouse.
Get your Tommy Ticklemouse out. Let me have a look.
So that's an update on
oh dear,
on genital names. Anyway,
what do you call your penis? Feel free to get in touch.
Let us know.
The quality on this podcast is outstanding.
I wanted to another one that gets me. Vegans.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Vegans, right? Again, nothing wrong with being a vegan.
No.
You want to be a vegan?
That's fine.
Absolutely fine. I couldn't give 2 shits. And there's the issue. I couldn't give 2 shits. Right? If you're a vegan, no one fucking cares. Right? Do you not understand? Doesn't make you a better human being. Doesn't make you more awesome than me. Doesn't make you more right than me. Doesn't make you better, right? Couldn't give a fuck if you're a vegan.
You are what you are, aren't you?
Yeah, you could be a vegan or you could be a fucking T-Rex for all I care, right? I can't fucking stand the self-righteousness. It drives me up the fucking wall, boys. It really does. And I wanted to ask you guys if you knew of any person or group of people who were more self-righteous than vegans.
Extinction Rebellion, probably.
Yeah, I mean, goes hand in hand with vegans, really.
Smelling.
Any fucker who's fucking lies on top of a train, so the train... I mean, what you try and fucking prove there,
Or
mate?
gluing their hands to bank windows. Oh, yeah,
What
wow.
are you trying to prove by making a load of people who are going work provide for the fucking families late?
For them
what
to go
do you
out...
think you're fucking achieving by that, you fucking cretin? And here's another one for you, right? Extinction Rebellion, right? and all those fucking demonstrators, right? They're always in London demonstrating about fucking something or other, right? I ask you this. Why aren't any of them ever at fucking work, boys?
I fucking no. Because we're busy paying for them to go out and buy some bifters and shit like that. Or
They're never at work.
It's fucking bizarre.
I don't understand it. There's plenty of things, as regular listeners will know, that piss me off.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I mean, we're in episode 6, Andy. I think people know.
I've never, ever had the time, right, to get myself down to London to start fucking demonstrating with a fucking sign about anything, right? Because you know what? I got shit do.
Yeah, I've got to work,
I got shit to get on with, right?
I've got a job.
Yeah.
And I just don't fucking... fucking drive me mad, they do.
And personal hygiene as well, I've got that. So I can't fucking help you. Well, yeah, cheers.
Not what your lady says.
Way, is it my turn this week? But just touching on vegans.
Especially that tallywhacker.
Well, my scrotum pole. It's a bit cheesy.
All the ladies have checked out.
There's a line.
That one's for the vegans.
Yeah.
Gluten free.
So basically, I'd in my list there, I'd put climate change activists. So I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with being knowledgeable and defending climate change issues. Doesn't make you better than me.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you need to understand, right? Well, and you fuckers also need to understand that. Okay, I think that climate change is a very important issue. I do. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
But what these twats need to understand is, if somebody doesn't agree with you, right, don't strap yourself to a fucking train.
Don't be a twat.
Right? Just don't be a twat about it.
Yeah.
Say your piece, argue the toss. That's all fine. Don't be a twat about it, and don't think you're better than somebody who doesn't fucking agree with you. That's the crux of it.
It's like we've touched on radio before, isn't it, Andy? Like it's all right having an opinion and views and stuff like that. Yeah, of course, we're not saying it's not, but don't force feed it to other people. Don't force them to, believe what you believe. People have different opinions and different views, and that's perfectly fine.
There's no problem with having an opinion of any kind, really. Some opinions are abhorrent, right? But I truly believe that you're allowed to have it. Even if I think you're a prick for having that opinion.
That's your opinion, though.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm an atheist, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Right? Don't want to get into religion particularly. It's a big box of worms, that is.
Yeah, let's not keep it PG.
But I look at it like this. I don't believe in God. Or organised religion, anyway.
That's fine.
Right? But I truly, truly believe that you, as an individual, should be able to believe and practice whatever fucking religion you believe in. Whatever it is. Yeah. I couldn't give a shit whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist or you fucking worship fucking giraffe. Right? I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anyone. Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But conversely, right, respect the fact that I think you're full of shit, right? Yeah. I respect the individual. I don't have to respect your fucking religion, just like you don't have to respect the fact that I'm an atheist, right? But you should respect me as an individual. You don't have to respect atheism. You can say atheism's a load of fucking bollocks, you should believe in God. That's your opinion. Yeah. That's fine.
But I'm going to stick to being an atheist or whatever it is that you're going to do.
That's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, so self-righteousness, vegans. That's what gets me.
Do you think they're all like secretly like mums and dads are fucking multi-millionaires and they just
well, they must be because they don't have to go work.
Do they fuck? Do they fuck?
It brings us on to another subject recent from this week, which is the debacle that is the fucking Brit Awards.
The shit awards.
Oh my lord. What is that fucking woke fest all about, lads?
I can't say I watched it, so I'll have to take your word for this.
I've seen a few bits and bobs videos. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was, for me, I've always had a big issue with any award shows because when you have art as a competition, it negates the whole point of art, doesn't it? I always say, I can sit here and say, this is the best song I've ever heard. And you guys could go, that's toss, right? Well, who's right?
Yeah.
And who's wrong?
So just on that again, like on that, would you say like this is just a question, by the way? It's not like it's not an opinion, like, but like taking like say a degree in music, you get a qualification, so you get graded on how good you are at that. Is that okay, or is that?
But a lot of that comes from classical music, right? So my little sister, shout out Tash if you're listening. My little sister's a classically trained musician. She's been on a full scholarship at a prestigious college since she was about 8 or something. She plays violin, piano, and she's doing opera singing at the moment, and she's fantastic. She's a brilliant musician.
Yeah.
But classical music and popular music are two completely different pieces. It's like saying riding a motorbike and driving a car are the same thing. They are, but they're not at all. With classical music, it's about learning, repetition, and perfection. Popular music is about the mistakes and the happy mistakes, the things that aren't quite right, the fact that it's not quite perfect. That's what makes pop music what it is.
Yeah.
And I think as regards qualifications, usually you will be graded or judged on how well you can repeat something.
Mm.
So music theory, for example, is an exact science. It's like maths. So music theory, you're either right or you're wrong.
I get that bit. Yeah.
It's not an opinion-based subject.
When it comes to, say, composition, where do you stand on?
Well, exactly.
On
so and I totally agree with you, Luke, because I don't feel that a composed piece of music of any genre can. How can you grade it? How can you be a person that says, I'm grading this piece of music because my opinion is correct on this piece of music?
A little bit of what's it on this. So just to expand on this a bit, I did music A-level.
I did.
At school. So
I didn't.
Yeah.
I did.
So I did music A-level, and I still don't really know how to score music. It was basically a classical thing, but I'd written pop song. Like I'd recorded it here, I think it was an All Victory song. Right, that we did. I was that kind of age, so I was about 16, 17, doing this A-level. And I didn't know how to score it or really how to like kind of notate this because it was all offbeat. So I didn't really know how to. Yeah, it was all as Steve just demonstrated, all the chord changes were all off the beat and stuff like that. I'm like, I tried to go to the teacher. I was like, I don't really know how you're supposed to score this. And he said, well, I'll tell you what then, just write the lyrics down, write the chords over the top and just submit it that way. I was like, are you sure? Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. And I ended up with a U in it, so I completely failed.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So I went with a U because he said that the quote was something like, a real musician wouldn't be able to understand this notation.
What, a quote-unquote real?
When the actual truth is, every real musician would totally 100% be able to understand that. Because that's how we fucking work in pop music. On scrappy bits of paper with a shit chord box or a letter over one of the lyrics. That's how you fucking work in the real world.
Yeah. But because it's still technically a classical course, and it's, that was it. Yeah, I got a U in my competition for it. And it wasn't not even a bad song. Like I recorded it. You quite like.
Funny.
It was a good track.
Funny thing is though, I got a U as well in music in A-level. Yeah, I did music and music tech.
You pair of spanners.
I know, but I did music tech and I didn't use it for 9 years until I went into radio, and then I'm using music tech A-level again.
Yeah. But, so I just about scraped an E overall for music. And me performance, like me recording performance piece, kind of dragged me out. I failed my exam miserably.
I
failed my competition miserably.
Totally didn't know that. Didn't know.
I've got no talent.
I packed music in as regards school at the end of year 9. I didn't take it as an option because it bored me shit. Even though I was a musician, I was bored shitless. I didn't want to sit there trying to program a Brahms composition on a fucking 80 quid Casio keyboard from Argos. I was like, no, I want to stand on the stage and pretend I'm Liam Gallagher.
You're not wanking over Mozart's symphony, are you?
Well, no, exactly.
and I just knocked it on the head, and then I went and did a GMVQ in sound engineering, and then, but even then, I found that course a waste of fucking time. I already knew everything that they were trying to teach, I already knew, just from experience of being in bands and stuff. And yeah, I didn't enjoy music as a study.
Yeah, see, I kind of wanted to do it because I just wanted to. It was better. It was either that or maths. You know, and it's either play guitar.
I'd rather do anything than maths.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like, well, you can either play guitar in the performance pieces and all that, or you can have to do like maths or something for A level. But I spoke to Jim, who's in Death of Me, singer and that. And,
shout out, Jim.
Yeah, and he was like, I remember speaking to him on like MSN back in the day.
Oh, shit,
MSN. MSN.
That was amazing.
I've actually got MSN and a lyric of one of my songs that we play in Round in Circles.
Yes, we have. So
a song called Cyberstalker.
Little plug there, I like it.
So thanks, mate. Yeah. So I remember just saying to him one day, "Oh, how come you just decided you didn't want to do it?" It's like I just don't need someone to tell me how good I am at this.
Yeah.
I know how good I am at that. I don't need somebody else to tell me. I was like, that's a pretty good point, and that kind of brings us back to the...
It just touches on, like I said, on that, and it's all about opinions.
Yeah.
And, and it's like, if you know yourself that you're good at what you do and you're happy with what you're doing, then who cares what fucking Sharon thinks or whatever.
Sharon, it's the first time she's been mentioned tonight.
I know.
Good old Sharon. I wonder if there's a poor girl called Sharon who listens to this podcast.
She thinks they're talking about me.
They're on about me.
No, Sharon.
Yes, we are, Sharon. We're on about you. You piss us off.
Stop marking our work wrong and give Luke an A star. All right.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an A star guest. I'm an A star.
He's here, Luke. He's here.
We're gonna play another song, fellas. This is a guy called Billy Liberator.
Ooh.
Right?
Billy Liberator.
Billy Liberator, which
That's
I
not
think...
his real name, is it?
Well, I don't know, but it's a fucking mint name.
It's a mint name. I really hope that is his real name.
Is it his porn name?
I don't think... I've got a picture of Billy here, up from his website.
Oh,
Billy Liberator.
Billy Liberator, yeah.
It looks like it's probably not his real name.
No,
but it is a
isn't.
Tremendous fucking stage name.
Sounds like a shit James Bond villain, doesn't it? The name's Liberator.
I absolutely love it. We were sent this. This was part of the Farnborough Volume 12 that we were sent by Pete Cole. And I promised Pete we would work our way through his artists over the coming weeks. So, due to alphabetical order, Billy is next in line.
Yeah.
I've listened to this song. It's mint.
Ooh.
So, a little bit of blurb about Billy. Singer-songwriter.
Yep. Of course.
Well.
He's a mechanic from Wrexham.
Of course. A little bit of blurb. So, he's got regular gigs, other live appearances, radio sessions, festival appearances, recorded work, support of the local music scene, and he's from Surrey, which is southwest England.
And now he's on the Anger Management Podcast.
I know, he's made it, basically.
He has, yeah.
He's actually made it. So this was a song by Billy Liberator. I will tell you what it's called in a second.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We'll just
edit this for a silence.
Yeah, I know, we'll just stall.
I can never remember all the song names. Due South.
Due South.
There used to be a program called Due South. It was a Canadian Mounties. Yeah, it was Due South.
On BBC Two after The Simpsons.
Yeah. Due South. I remember it.
Yeah.
He used to skate to work and then ride his horse a lot. He was Mountie, wasn't he?
I'd never watched it.
Yeah, no, I used to watch it. I used to watch
Due
it.
South. No, I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Not for me.
This is Billy Liberator with Due South. Let's check it out. Here on the Anger Management Podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Simcox.
And me, Spicy G, Luke Gordons.
It's different name in every intro.
I'm just trying to come up with just more stupid nicknames for myself.
Lanky Spice.
Oh, dear.
Honestly. Billy Liberator, Due South. Bit of a Bowie vibe for me.
Yeah.
With that.
Could see that.
I also got, you remember a band called Manson from the 90s?
Not Marilyn Manson.
Not Marilyn Manson.
No, he's in trouble, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Why has he done something naughty?
He's a load of women have come out against him, saying he was like bit of a nonce.
Okay. Marilyn Manson. Thanks for that, Luke.
That's all right, mate.
I was quite like Marilyn Manson as well. This just ruined it for me.
I know.
Just sprung that one on me there. But Billy Liberator, fantastic song. You can check him out in all the usual places. Spotify, Apple Music.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
blah, blah,
all
blah,
that jazz.
blah. You know where it's at.
Yes.
Liam, we had a poll.
We did.
last week.
We did.
We had a segment on something that surprisingly irritated the piss out of me, which was people not keeping certain products in the fridge, right? Chocolate being one of them.
Well, you keep chocolate in the fridge?
You don't keep chocolate in the fridge.
No.
Either of you.
No.
You fucking weird bastards.
So like when you go to the supermarket, and you go and pick up your chocolate bars, do you find them in the fridge or do you find them like on the aisle
on the shelf,
or do you find them on the shelf,
Why
not
are
in the fridge?
Supermarket the authority on everything to do with chocolate, are they?
Well,
is the supermarket police that come round? Bloke from Tesco knocks on your door and says, "Oi, where are you keeping your chocolate? Let me check."
Only if you go out to entrance.
Aren't you fucking Nigel Mansell who's bored from Tesco?
That's a story for another time.
That's me. But no, it has to be in the fridge, else it fucking melts.
What about?
Well, you don't put it under the oven. You just put it in store in a cool, dry place. Or something.
What about sauces, Luke?
Like the fridge.
Sauces.
Yeah, so like
the fridge being cool and dry.
So once you open them, the fridge. When you're buying from the shop. Just in the cupboard, as soon as they're open. Like mayonnaise, especially. You can't have mayonnaise in the fridge.
Face is
dying. No, you don't have mayonnaise out of the fridge, do you? Once you've opened
it.
I do.
Actually, this is a weird one. I keep the mayonnaise in the fridge,
That's all right.
But the tomato sauce in the cupboard.
Yeah, I can take it or leave the tomato sauce, but mayonnaise is the one you got to keep in the fridge.
I don't like my sauce be cold. It has to be room temperature. But the important one, the one we put to the listeners, was.
Where do you keep your juice? We'll ask you, Luke, first.
Oh,
your options.
Oh no, actually, no, I don't know. Well, go on. What are my options?
You've got fridge or cupboard.
You know that's.
Or you could go completely off ball and say somewhere else.
On the whole, probably out of the fridge. So, but actually, no. So if it's squash, right now, hang on, right. So if it's like orange squash or blackcurrant, out of the fridge. If it's like fresh orange or like
Andy's head's about to explode for everyone listening on the podcast
the kind of cartons, like the carton, then in the fridge for them.
All fucking juices, right? Everything, unless it's tea, coffee, or hot fucking chocolate, right? Should be in the fridge. It's supposed to be cold.
Where do you put cordial, Andy?
In the fucking fridge.
You must have a fucking massive fridge.
I'll be to a fridge.
It's a pretty big fridge. I like food.
Oh, that's all right, man.
So I can reveal the poll results live on the Anger Management Podcast, and with 80%, people keep their juice in the fridge.
Fucking too right, they fucking do.
Absolutely
you two are a pair of honestly, fucking full ball.
I've had a message in from one of our regular listeners, Amy, who's got in touch, and she says fresh juice like pure apple / pure orange juice goes in the fridge.
Yep.
Dilute juice goes in the cupboard.
Yes, that's exactly what I just said. You're absolutely right. No. What's her name?
Amy.
Amy, you're absolutely right.
All juice needs to go in the fridge, I'm telling you. Right? There's nothing more minging than somebody giving you a glass of juice and it's fucking warm.
Well, can't you like run the tap?
But that gives you that much cold water, and you've still got a third of it that's fucking warm juice. So the drink isn't cold, is it?
I mean,
it's not cold anymore.
I don't know if they've discovered it in Stoke-on-Trent in the last 500 years, but there's such a thing called ice, Andy.
Then you've got to go through the rigmarole of making ice and
just buy a bag from Aldi. It's like 97 pence a bag.
Just keep the juice in the fucking fridge. It's so much easier. Buy a bag of fucking ice. What the fuck is wrong with you, Pat? Honestly.
Or if you've got a big fridge, I'm sure it's got an ice machine on front of the fridge.
Next you'll be saying you shouldn't boil the water in a cup of tea. You're not them kind of people who put your milk in a brew first.
No.
I'm
from Yorkshire. What do you think?
Thank God there's a line.
Wow. You remember Poole, who was on episode 2?
Yeah.
He was an advocate for milking first.
No, he's wrong.
He's an advocate.
That's more ludicrous than his flat earth theory, that is.
So me shout out to you, Chris. We've had loads of arguments about me and when we used to work together, because me and him used to work and we used to be colleagues. And whenever he used to make brews, I used to make him put the water in first for me, and not the
to his
fucking
head.
milk. Yeah, they're like,
To be
which way are
fair,
you making that?
Paulie does make a good brew. I will give him that. So maybe there is something in his method.
Yeah, but have you seen him make a brew?
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a while because he's there. He's like puts milk in first, fills it, and then he's like squeezing the bag, trying to like get the colour right and all that sort of stuff. It's just like use the milk to get the colour right. Don't use the bag to get the colour right. You know, it's like how do you know how much milk I like in my brew?
He's got a milk gauge on side.
I don't like very much milk in my. How do you know how much milk I like? Assuming
Luke likes 20 millilitres in.
yeah.
Liam.
Yes. Hello. Good evening. Good morning.
Topic from you.
Yes.
That you brought to my attention earlier in the week.
Yes.
It was people driving in adverse weather conditions.
Oh, I'm here for this.
People driving.
Yeah, just
every
people
other
driving.
driver on the road winds me up.
Because obviously
we have touched upon shit drivers before, but this was quite specific. This was poor conditions. Not even poor. I think when you messaged me, it had maybe drizzled for 18 seconds.
Yeah.
And people were like slipping off the road and crashing in each other. And Liam was just proper pissed off about
fuming.
it.
I'm just like, why is it when it rains, like you say, even for like 15, 20 seconds, everyone forgets how to drive. It's like you've been driving 20 years. Oh, it's fucking raining. Oh, I best go down from a 50. I'm going to go down from 50 mile an hour to 30 mile an hour in a 50 zone.
Oh,
it's a bit of fucking rain, Steve.
Come on. Bit of water. Just put your windscreen wipers on, Sharon, and fucking drive.
Oh, there we go. Sharon's back.
Sharon.
She gets everywhere, Sharon does.
Hey.
But snow's the worst one.
Snow's the worst one.
Snow's the worst one. What I don't understand in this country, in Great Britain, for our international listeners,
shout out, Eric.
snow happens all over the world, right?
Yeah.
We seem to be the only country that when it snows, and please bear in mind, international listeners, that it snows quite a fucking bit in Britain, right? We're not in the Sahara, right? Not on the equator. Snows like fuck sometimes here, right? For some reason, we don't seem to be able to. We have a tiny smack, like someone with dandruff shaking their head in the street, and the entire country grinds to a halt.
Yeah.
Nobody can drive. Oh, I can't get in work. I can't get in work.
Public transport's gone.
There's half an inch of snow in the cul-de-sac. Right? And then I look at, like, in Canada, I remember my mate Brad lives in Montreal. Shout out, Bradders. I know you do listen to this. He moved to Montreal a couple of years ago with his missus. And I can't remember, it was some snow we had maybe last year or something. And one of our mates had put a photo up. It'd been snowing for like 2 days and there was about 6 inches of snow on the ground. And Brad put a picture up of his porch and he says, been snowing for 38 minutes and it was 6 foot deep. It was like this. It was like this. And I was like, but you could see in the background, everyone was just cracked on as normal.
Yeah.
All the cars were still going. Everyone had just like buttoned the top button up and carried on.
Crack on.
Whereas here, people on the news, it was like 17 people have died today in Surrey after an avalanche fell on their house. And I always sit here and I'm like, where's this going on? Where does this happen? It's like floods. Floods is the other one as well.
Well, we get well, not us, but
constantly
the UK.
seeing floods all the time. People are like dying in these adverse weather conditions, and I always look outside and go, "It's just spitting
Just
a
a bit of drizzle, mate.
Grey, it's grey, a bit windy, and spitting."
I don't know. I think everyone from like Gloucester's probably just turned off about that. Like I'd fucking have my house. Like,
I suppose I do have to say this, right? Okay, so. Yeah, I wouldn't want my house flooding.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, of course not.
No.
Probably wouldn't buy a fucking house on low-lying land, on low-lying flood land.
Mm.
But
just putting it out there.
I know.
Just saying, right? Some of the things that I don't quite understand. People who complain to the council going, there's music coming from that pub. It's 10 o'clock at night and there's music coming from... And I always go... Well, why did you buy an house next door to a live music pub, you fucking moron? Do you know what I mean?
We're like this at the Sugar Mill.
Yeah, no. This is Sugar Mill. Leave him alone. But I don't understand it. I really, really don't understand it.
Yeah.
No, what bugs me though as well is like as soon as it rains, all the drug dealing cars come out, and you know the ones. If you've listened to episode 2, you'll know exactly the ones.
Is it a certain black German car?
Yes, it is. It is, Luke. How did you guess?
With blacked out windows.
Yeah. No, tinted windows, yeah.
So my dad's got a black BMW.
That's where that donation came from. Dirty money, Chris.
Hang on, but is it? Are we counting the estate? Because he's got a BMW estate. So
that doesn't count. He's all right. We get away with
that then.
That's like a retired drug dealer's car.
Also, thank you, Chris, for your honest donation. Just to get that in there.
But no, that gets me goat.
I just don't get it. Like, why does the world just have to stop for an inch of rain or an inch of snow or whatever it may be?
You're looking like Norway or somewhere, right? And it snows all the fucking time. Norway doesn't stop. You know what I mean?
Canada doesn't stop.
Close the schools down. Close the school. I always think, why can't kids go to school when it snowed? My kids can walk across the way to school, right? Why can't we? I just don't. I don't understand. It's like we're always searching for an excuse to not do shit, and snow is one of those. Definitely.
World's on its arse.
Well,
world is just on its arse.
We've known that for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah.
Even before COVID. Oh dear.
This brought me on to my missus chimed in at this point after you'd sent me this message.
She's forgiven you from last week, or about the jam incident?
There was no forgiveness needed, mate. It was I was right.
Oh, look at this!
I was right.
I can't
first world problem.
Can't fit your head in this studio,
Jesus. First world problem, mate. So I took it onto pedestrian self-righteousness, right?
Oh, okay.
So, have you ever had an incident where you're driving along and you get one of them odd blokes who seems to think it's a good idea to step out into the road?
Oh, just walk, no crossing, no nothing.
Because he's so bullied with his tight t-shirt on, he's been in the gym, right?
And his pitbull.
Yeah, and he's pitbull, and he's so bullied hard that he thinks he'll come off better against a Volvo.
Yeah, a ton of metal or 13 stone of Gary.
And I
wonder.
Again, these idiots, I sit there and it's happened to me loads of times, and that little bit of me just goes,
what are you doing?
Just run him over.
Yeah.
Just fucking run him over. No one will know. No one will ever know. Just mow him down and then fucking reverse over him.
We don't condone any violence or running over people on the Anger Management Podcast. First MC said it.
Yeah, I think it was MC who started that trend.
Yeah.
I think MC said he wanted to run kids over them.
Yeah. And genocide for smokers.
Yeah. Cheers, MC.
Oh, shout out, MC.
But yeah, I've never understood.
Yeah. Fuck man versus food. Man versus car.
It's off. Is it on Rick and Morty, isn't it? You ever watched that?
Oh no,
Rick and Morty's
I watched
great.
Rick and Morty, but
I had a Rick and Morty t-shirt on last week.
Man versus car, like doing the intergalactic cable thing.
Brilliant program, highly recommended. We're not endorsed.
No. Sorry.
As always.
Do get in touch
until
if
you do endorse it. Fuck that shit.
Fuck you, wank.
And then my pedestrian self-righteousness brought Liam round to accident watchers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rubberneckers.
Rubberneckers.
You know,
so Liam decided that most traffic jams aren't actually caused by accidents. The accident isn't the problem. Explain, Liam.
It's basically, right, so you're driving down a dual carriageway or a two-lane motorway for our American listeners across the pond, and you've got one lane's closed because of an accident, a car's crashed or broke down or whatever. And then in the second lane, we're going 30 mile an hour in a 70 limit. Well, why are we going so slow? And then as you get closer and closer and closer, you see the blue lights first. Incident slow down signs.
Some traffic cones have been put out.
Yeah. They've picked them up from farm.
From the M6.
And people are just looking at the car that's broke down. Yeah. And then as soon as they get past the incident, speed back up again. I'm like, what? It just fucks me off. Just rubberneckers. Who gives a shit? It's a car broke down.
I was on my way to, I think it might have been Malta last year. I can't remember. I was on my way somewhere abroad a couple of years ago, and I was getting a lift off my friend Rob. Shout out, Rob.
Did you go through Mere Tunnel?
No, yeah, they were still working on it. Just started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just started working on it. And we were driving down the M6 to Birmingham Airport, I think it was, and this guy come past in a black BMW.
No.
Right? and he was snaking all over the road, and he got about 100 yards past us, and he only just missed clipping us as he cut in front of us from the slow lane. And he went weaving down, missed about 5 other cars, and then he just totaled himself in a lorry.
I'd love to see shit like
proper,
that.
I mean, boom, absolutely gone. And what we'd noticed as he come past, one of his wheels and one of his tyres was hanging off the rim.
Oh, now I feel bad for saying that.
No. But obviously there was coppers coming down after him. So it was obviously some kind of chase. How he thought he was going to get away on the fucking M6.
No clue.
I've no idea. I know what I'll do. M6, that'll get me away from these rozzers. Yeah. No,
with
mate,
3 tyres.
With me average speed camera.
That's
50 miles an hour.
So he smashed it, and of course everybody stopped. Right, everybody had to stop, and I was on my way to an aeroplane. Right, catching an aeroplane, couldn't get through. We were stopped. And luckily, my mate Rob, I got out the car. I didn't go see.
On the motorway?
Yeah. Well, everything was stopped, mate.
Right,
everything was completely stopped. So I managed. There was 2 cars in front of us, and we were in Rob's great big minibus, and I managed to get him to peel to either side so we could scoot on before the coppers got there. So we managed to get through, luckily. But that was bad shit. That was proper bad. I don't know if he was like croaked or what, but it was grim.
Fucking hell.
Proper grim. But so the rubberneckers then got my missus onto COVID avoiders who walk in the road rather than come within any reasonable distance of another human being. They would rather risk getting obliterated by an articulated lorry, right? Because that won't kill you, but the virus will. I can't believe that any rational human being would rather risk getting splattered by a lorry than brushing against another human being.
Or getting run over by a Renault.
Or a Renault or a Peugeot. But that's the state we're in now. That is the state we're in. I mean, I do it all the time. I walk down the street and people step out into the road.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've got to the point, I've got several times, I've gone, listen, like I've stopped them and gone, listen, get back on the pavement, I'll squeeze against the wall or something if you're that bothered. You don't need walking the fucking road. You've just missed the truck by 3 inches.
Yeah.
And people don't seem to be bothered by that.
But yeah, if they got run over by a lorry, you know what it would go down as, wouldn't you?
COVID death.
Oh.
COVID death. Splattered by a lorry with COVID.
Moving that away from Sharon.
Absolute
She's everywhere, Sharon.
Bollocks again.
She's everywhere.
Good old Sharon. We're going to play another song. This is another one from Beat Cole, sent to us on behalf of China Bears.
Ooh, different name.
Yeah, China Bears. I like that name. It's good. The song's called Meet Me in London.
Different.
Different.
Geography theme.
Yeah. Geography. I think Luke's back at school today.
Yeah. A little bit of blurb about China Bears. Formed in the winter of 2015 after twin brothers Ivan and Fraser met James and Dean at University in Guildford. James Dean.
It's
good. They've released 3 singles independently, played across the UK. National radio play from Radio 1. We won't hold that against you. BBC 6. There's a BBC 6?
What?
I didn't even know that. BBC Introducing. I've done quite a bit of work for BBC Introducing. Pretty cool. Radio X. Supported several big artists. So this is their latest single. China Bears, guys. Let's have a little listen.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's rock.
Meet me in London. I'll be there tonight. I wanted to give you all that I have. I know it's all sudden, moving so fast. Meet me in London. It's all that I ask. I'll wait for you. All night. devil's in my ears again. He fabricates it all. The gospel truth never once left you, babe. I tell you there's blue skies. You pull me that face. What are you talking about? Endless gray. I'll wait for you. All night. All night. I'll wait for you. All night. All night. A trick of the light. The old smoke gets thicker. Where are you now? I don't need an answer, just something to find. Meet me in London. I'll be there tonight.
That was China Bears on the Anger Management Podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Simcox.
And Luke and the Knifersley.
Terrible.
Getting worse.
Try and keep it within. Try and keep it within the podcast.
Eric and the Soo sounds dead cool.
Yeah.
Luke and the Knifersley sounds toss. He really
He's a tribute
does.
act.
Tribute act.
Terrible, terrible. Steve-O in the Feggies. That was China Bears anyway. The song was called Meet Me in London. I got a Doves vibe. I did.
Yeah.
Very emotional, moody, ambient
Yeah.
sound.
It's quite
from China Bears.
vaccines for me, sort of.
Yeah,
vocally,
Very
yeah.
nice, very nice song. Thanks for sending it to us again, guys. You can check them out in all the usual places.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Instagram. You know the ones, guys.
I just forget what they all
He
are.
just looks at me.
very,
just,
very quickly.
Go on, Liam. Give him the blurb.
So China Bears, guys, check them out.
Yeah.
When you get 5. Brilliant. Thanks. I wanted to discuss Liam's latest message to me, which was only this morning, I think
Yes,
it was.
it was.
Liam's been getting a few dodgy text messages.
As I think we all have.
Let the listeners know what your gripe is.
I think we
Liam.
all have. Right. I'll tell you what. I've got my phone with me. So this is a message from Lloyd's. A payment was attempted from a new device on 12th of May at 8:20. If this was not you, please visit this link. I'm not with Lloyd's.
Yeah.
I got the exact same one last
Yeah.
week.
Or-
I had an HSBC one.
Yeah,
as well,
a PayPal. We have limited your account due to safety concerns. I'm not with PayPal. And this one is my personal favourite. This is from Amy, who, like I say, is a regular listener, and settled the juice debate from earlier. And it reads...
I wouldn't say it was settled,
Well,
Liam, at all.
it reads, Goom News. Your misguides parcel PS on board for delivery. track your parcel from thefrenchcloud.com.
Thefrenchcloud.com. You even said it in a shit French accent.
I know. Every time I read it, I was like, the French Cloud.
If you're stupid enough to fall for that shit, then you deserve to have your money nicked.
Just don't click them.
I agree, but then I think to myself, like, if that was me nan.
Yeah, but...
My nan wouldn't have a clue. She'd be like, better...
But you know what's worse?
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Not the people that click on it. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be pretty fucking stupid to do that. But the people that put it all over social media, just had this message from HMBC. Should I click on it?
No.
No.
It all stems from the Nigerian princes, doesn't it? At the end of the day, it's where it all comes from.
Can I have your monies?
It started years ago. I used to get them again in the MSN era, and I used to get loads of emails from Nigerian princes and other pleasant countries. And just trying to scam you out of... And I used to just think, you try and scam me if you want me. It's like £8.40 in there. Whatever you want, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got to the stage with scam calls. They used to piss me off so much when I used to have a house phone. It's the reason I don't have a house landline anymore.
Same.
And I got to the point where I'd just keep them talking. I'd keep them talking for it. And then I'd just say stuff like, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go get my details. I'd just see how long they'd stay on the
phone outside.
And honestly, they would sit there all day. Several times I'd go out and I'd come back 3-4 hours later and I'd be like, hello? And they'd be like, hello?
We thought you died.
Mate? You're still there? What are you doing? I'm waiting for your details. I'll be like, nah.
Sit a bit, mate.
Come on, mate.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember Pete from used to work at Academy? He's not...
Pete Backton.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. What an amazing dude. Amazing bass player.
He used to just wind them right up. Like,
He's so funny, Pete was.
It was like, I'm just a bit busy now. What time are you having your tea? I'll give you a call there. I'll give you a call back there.
His side business was he used to write jokes
he did
for stuff like cards and Christmas crackers and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but some of these come out with some genius stuff, didn't he? But great. Passed away unfortunately a couple of years ago. Pete did a relatively young age. So shout out to Pete and any of his family and friends. Great guy Pete was. Somber note. I don't like somber notes, guys.
But
at all.
Just touching on that one as well, it's just ridiculous. Like, what do you do? What do you do with shit like that, though? What do you just?
There's a couple of really good YouTube channels. If anybody gets the chance, check them out. And these guys scam the scammers.
I've seen that.
They hack into the systems and everything, and then show them themselves
the webcams,
on the webcams and stuff. There was one I saw. The bloke had got Google Maps up, and he hacked into the hacker's machine in India. And he showed him a picture of his house and went. So, and because, of course, they always say, like, the name's Dave Smith, don't they? And it's like, so, you recognise this place, Dave Smith? And they'll be like, I absolutely love them having the tables turned on them. It's fantastic. So if you get a chance, check it out. It makes you feel good. One of them things that make you go, yeah.
They're my favourite that ring you up and say, we understand you've had an accident.
Yeah.
Of course I have,
myself 5 minutes
Great
ago.
thing for me is I can actually string him along for ages with that one because I did have a bad accident all those years. And I will go on and on and on and on.
Dr. Phillips, is that you? It's been 15 years.
Yeah. It's 21 years ago.
I
thought you died.
I used to get him with... Hi, is Mr. Gordon there? No, bro. I'm his gay lover, and you can tell. We share everything, so you can tell me. You tell me, and I'll let him know.
And then you hear in background. Sorry, that's my gimp on the stairs. Shut up, Pedro.
Pedro.
Does anyone have a gimp called?
He's a Mexican gimp.
Is that one for the grain pot?
Yeah. What do you call your gimp?
What do you call your gimp? That's a definite Graham. Pedro. So, anyway, another one I wanted to touch on, lads, was something that surprisingly has really pissed me off this last week. It pisses me off all the time. I've only just started to think about it for the podcast. Okay? So, all right now, Liam.
Sorry, just wrecking the studio again.
Just messing around with these glasses.
Sorting my glasses. I go blind, you see, so I'm banging into things.
You don't really need your glasses for a podcast, mate, but you'll be...
Look at
yeah, put them back on, put them back on.
I know what you're saying.
Weird. It's like when Eddie Hitler takes his off in bottom. Weird. So, you're sitting down, you're watching your favourite YouTube channel, or
listening to your favourite podcast.
Yeah, put your favourite podcast on, or you're listening to a nice album or something. I don't know, you're listening to, let's say it's a YouTube channel on, I don't know, music, right? Sound engineering. I watch a lot of stuff about sound engineering. That's what I'm passionate about. And I'll get 30 seconds, a minute into it, and then I'll have an advert.
I feel a shout coming on, Luke. I feel
fucking 2-minute advert trying to sell me fucking tampons. Right?
Because we've got these new mics and I've not
and
burst
it just
eardrums.
fucking absolutely ruins the vibe. And it's constant. It's all the fucking time. I need to tell these advertisers, right? I don't mind an advert at the beginning. Don't mind an advert at the end, right? But you fucking cunts need to understand.
Whoa.
Don't know this is how fucking mad I am about this.
C-word.
You advertisers have to understand that if an advertisement for your product interrupts my viewing, I am never, ever, ever, ever going to even contemplate buying your fucking product, right? And I truly believe a lot of people are the same.
Yeah.
So it's passion.
I make a conscious effort never to buy anything that's interrupted.
It's YouTube trying to get more money out of you by going, you don't want these ads? Well, you better give us $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
And people will go, I'm so fucked off of getting my videos interrupted. I probably would like.
We've found he's passionate about fart jokes and YouTube adverts.
Yeah, YouTube adverts wind me up.
It does me tits in. It's even worse when you're listening to like an album or something, or you're listening to a song.
Yeah.
Right? Say it's a new video released by an artist or something. You put it on, you get a minute into the song, and then you have to sit for 30 seconds listening to some bullshit advert about Dove fucking deodorant or something. And I'm like, well, at least give me an advertisement that's something to do with the fucking video I'm watching.
Do you not get them adverts for Viagra then, or is that just...
That's just you, mate. Sorry,
I need to delete my cookies then, sorry.
Yeah, just you. I'm stocked up.
But what gets me is the adverts for social media accounts, so like Instagram. And it'll show you a guy playing drums or someone doing like, I don't know, hula hooping or whatever. And I'm like, no, show us what Instagram really is, you know, half-naked women trying to make it famous and trying to sell fucking perfume on whatever.
Influencers.
Yeah, fucking that's a topic for another. That's for another time.
Oh, dear
fucking
me.
influencers. Get a real job.
The sad thing is that these fucking dickheads make so much more money than what I do.
Yeah,
I work
same.
my bollocks off. Like, I get up at work early in the morning.
Wow. He sits down a lot. I wouldn't say works. He's bollocks
No.
off.
Well, listen, right. I have to get up.
He's there a lot.
I'm there a lot.
Turns up.
So yeah, well, you get up early in the morning. I've travelled nearly an hour of work. Then I have to sit there for. Well, not sit there. I do have to walk around and do stuff, fix things. That's part of my job.
Only because you don't get funny veins in your legs.
No, I have to get. Listen, I have to get. I'm very important. All right, I have to go around and fix things. No, and anyway, the point is, I've lost my train of thought. You've ruined it all.
You've ruined it.
You've ruined it.
Talking about influencers and they make more money.
So I'm out for 10 hours a day and working with bots to get paid minimum wage.
Influencing absolutely fucking nobody.
Stop pointing him off, Andy.
And then like some dickhead on Instagram fucking makes like fucking thousands, like for what?
For being famous for nothing.
Yeah, for the fact they got pretty good looking or whatever.
But what tickles me just on influencers is they will preach about get your jab, get your COVID jab, and isolate and wear your masks. And they go abroad to fucking Qatar. And it's like, oh, right, so it's okay for us to stay at home and self-isolate and not see each other.
Qatar, the hub of equality that they're having the World Cup at.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all right for them to go abroad in the sun. All right, okay, yeah. Fine.
I can't stand Instagram, Liam. You deal with our Instagram account.
I deal with all our socials, so yeah.
I really don't understand the lure of it at all. I've been on a few times and I'm just flabbergasted by what a load of bollocks it is.
It is,
if I'm honest.
It's just a massive time waster.
I
That's all it is.
don't really understand the fixation with it.
No.
At all. Don't get it. Fellas, I've had a bit of a problem this week.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What have you done?
I wanted to ask you, what is the worst thing that you've ever lost? Those of you watching on YouTube might be able to see that I'm missing something at the moment.
That is worn all the time.
It's a necklace that's really personally valuable to me. It's just like only a cheap wire thing with a little clasp on. Doesn't really mean anything, but to me it does. Oh yeah, there's a wedding ring attached to it as well.
So it's about what's attached to it.
It just seems to have fell off somewhere. I don't fucking know, mate. It could be at skating. I'm hoping it's fell off in a t-shirt or something. It'll turn up in the wash.
Is it not that back at SETI or like that?
Mate, I've looked everywhere, but I can't fucking find the thing.
What's the wife said?
She's not best impressed.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I can imagine.
She hasn't really said anything, but I can tell she's proper knocked.
Yeah.
Right? You know when you can just tell with them sometimes,
you
can't you?
just tell.
So, yeah. So I wanted to ask you guys, what's the fucking worst thing you've ever lost? Is there anything that you've found irreplaceable?
Ooh. I don't know. I hate losing things. I hate it.
I've got one for you.
Go on.
I got bollocked for this when I was a kid. I left my BMX up the wreck once, all night.
Oh, I've got one, but it's fucking.
And when I got
nerdy.
up in the morning, my dad says, "Come, we'll go out for a bike ride or whatever it was." And I went and get my bike out the garage. And on my way to the garage, I was only about 8, 9. I was like, oh no. I turned around. My dad was like, "What's up?" I was like, my bike. My dad's going, "Where is he?" And I had to tell him I'd left it up the wreck all night. Give me a round of fucks, he did. I got it back. It's Kingsley Holt. It was still there, exactly where I left it. But yeah, so we're not in the Bronx here. You know what I mean? It was literally exactly where I'd left it. Just a bit of dew on it. That was it.
Just dust it off. It'll be all right.
But I always remember thinking if I'd lost my bike, I would have been more like 9 years old.
You'd be fucking 6 feet under by now.
Screwed, wouldn't you? You'd be so gutted.
Yeah.
But it killed me. And now I've got a missing. Necklace and wedding ring, so I don't really know what I'm going to do. Fortunately, my wedding ring cost like 20 quid.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, still.
I think I can get another one the same.
It's the sentimental value, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I can get another one the same, lads. I wanted to touch on Luke's topic for this week, which we thought we'd save till last. Luke texted me, and he wanted to talk about fights. Tell us more. Tell us more, LG.
Fight. So I was thinking about. Yeah, no, I'm not though. No, I'm not. Like
you can say there's no scrapping in it.
So when I was, I wouldn't dare now.
No.
Like there's so much more risk to it, and the fact that. Like when I was in school, I did get in a few fights when I was in school. Like everyone does. But at that time, by the time I went to year 7, I was already 5'10" by the time I arrived in school, and I grew up.
That's 4 inches bigger than I still am.
Yeah, and then I grew again to 6'5". Like so, I was head and shoulders above everybody else or whatever. And if anyone,
I'd have scrapped you.
Yeah.
I'd have just head-butted you in the nuts.
Yeah, but so I had a few fights at school. I haven't given anybody a good. Everyone's been the gym since then. Like, there's people I know who go to the gym about 4 or 5 times a week, and I've probably been about 4 or 5 times in my life.
Once in my whole life.
So I don't get into it, but it hasn't stopped people starting on me for like the most stupidest of reasons. But there's 2 that I can think of. You've got a few as well, so we'll probably alternate stories. So the first one I can think of, I was in No Sunlight band, and I was playing Academy 3 in Manchester. In Manchester, yeah. We were on, I think, 5 people on. We were on 3rd. and the headline, but I can't remember what they're called, and that's not just me trying to protect them because I don't know I genuinely can't remember what they're called, but for the purposes,
My Final Hope.
Oh God,
it wasn't them. But for the purposes of this story, I'm just going to call them the Mancs because they were the most Manc band.
Yeah. Mancunian
So
as fuck.
Do you ever used to watch Soccer AM?
yeah.
So you remember the scenes you used to do with the Mancs where they
Oh
all
yeah,
got
with green jacket,
the green jackets, and they're all kind of like
I
that.
know what you mean.
Imagine that as a band, right? So just 4 of them.
They're
right?
all Liam Gallagher,
taking
short
piss.
rided up.
Parker, you know, the haircut, the whatever. They're on last or whatever, and throughout the soundtrack, fine, not a problem or whatever. And one of the things, so to kind of sidebar a little bit, and then I'll go back to the story. So one of the things I hate, or one of the things I find really awkward when I'm on stage, is the awkward silence in between songs. It's like when you're talking, or like, you know, you're tuning up.
Fortunately, we don't have that problem in round in circles.
Yeah.
No.
So normally, Steve-O is generally quite good at talking in between songs, and you know, it's quite entertaining.
Just talking shit.
So, but the other guys,
It's like a podcast on stage.
Yeah. So, but the other guys in the band weren't particularly au fait with talking in between songs, and there was always this awkward silence. So I just used to just talk in between songs, and not a problem. You know, I'd say anything.
Did you tell the member story?
Didn't tell the member story, but you know, I wish I did, but no. So anyway, back to the story. So we come on, and we're about sort of 3 or 4 songs in. There's a thing at the end of there's a bit of a lull. I finish the song. There's a bit of a gap whilst we're tuning up, and I'm just on the microphone, and I'm like, so who's having a good night? Yeah, it was like pretty almost sold out. I think it was either sold out or pretty full. Like Academy 3 is a big place. Yeah. So I was like, who's having a good night? Yeah. Who's yeah, woo, whatever. And I was like, something else. You ready? Whatever. I can't hear you. Are you having a good night? Yeah. And I literally said something like, who's ready to listen to them? I call them. Who's ready to listen to the Mancs? Silence.
Oh.
Silence.
No.
Right. And it threw me off so much. I was like, oh, shit, no one?
Because they were the headline band. So you were expecting everyone to go,
yeah, so everyone like, because everyone else kind of reacted, who's ready for who's ready for the Mancs? Silence.
Has the mic gone off?
I was like tumbleweed, and it threw me off. And it threw me off so much that like I went, what? No one? Oh, right, no one? Oh shit! Right, well, fuck. Let's just carry on playing and play the end of the set or whatever. And finish playing. Everyone's happy. And I see, and as we're packing up, I'm walking to the exit, stage left or whatever, down some steps, and the bass player of this band is just standing there. Don't think anything of it. Thinking, he's just going to say, oh, whatever, good set, lads, whatever.
Usual shit,
good set, whatever. And I walk downstairs like, which one of you's been saying shit about my band?
What?
Well, like, what? Which one of you? Why, mate, right? He's just come out and said that you said that no one wants to see your band. It's not having it, mate. I
love the accent. That's good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was just like, I'm going to fucking nut you. What are you saying about me band? And I'm thinking like, right, there's one of you, there's 5 of us, like no sunlight guy, like we're not saying we're odd or anything like that, but
you'll have to take your fucking Parker off.
Yeah. But it was like, but I literally think my other bandmates would just back me up or whatever. And just like, yeah, it was him. And just fucking run off.
Really?
Run off. So I'm dealing with this guy, and I'm like, listen, completely fucking wrong end of this. But he was like proper like squaring up to me, and I'm just like, but he was kind of squaring up to me, but kind of looking around, hoping that one of the other shorter lads had kind of said something.
Yeah.
But he hadn't, and it was me. And I was like, look, I'd try my best to like kind of calm him down. And then the singer of his band, what are you saying about me?
Oh, mate.
And I'm just like, and in the end, I'm just like, that's what's funny. Listen, like, I just try and big you up, whatever. It kind of backfired on me a bit. Well, you would never. No one would say that. We're not Oasis.
Well, you kind of are, mate.
I'm just like,
trying to
be Oasis. And I'm just like, no. Anyway, about fucking 5 minutes later, he pulls this like key out of his fucking day with like some coke on it. He says, do you want a bit of that, mate? I'm like, some coke.
There you go.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. But he's me thinking.
All right, thanks, mate.
But he's me thinking like, kind of worst case. If I step back into the fucking thing, is always mates going to be waiting for me, or is it like I had to like Sarah was with me, like my missus. I'm like, we're gonna fucking go.
Shout out Sarah.
Yeah, so I'd say I'm like, we're gonna fucking go here. We're gonna have to make like a escape
Sharp
through the
exit.
back door.
Time for a cool sharp arm.
Yeah. So that was
Split.
So that was one of the other times I couldn't think I was properly. That was one of the last times I can remember being properly started on for no reason at all.
I've got one for you, lads. This one beggars belief, right? So it's 1999. No, it's the winter of 2000, Christmas Eve 2000. Yeah, going into 2001. I've just come out of hospital after spending the last 5 months in hospital or whatever it was. Multiple surgeries. I had my arm fixed, my legs fixed, my back fixed, all the rest of it after my bad accident. Well, I fell a long way through a roof. We've touched upon in other podcasts. I was in a bad way for a long time. So I'd come out of hospital, been out of hospital for a couple of weeks. And my mates, we always go out Christmas Eve. When we were kids, we still do usually go out on Christmas Eve for a few beers and that. But back then, obviously, it was out.
Oh,
yeah, as the ladies say.
Right, yeah.
So,
as Fee said last week.
So I'd gone down to a pub called the Huntsman in Cheadle, and I'd gone with my best mate Gaz, who we were talking about earlier, and Gaz's cousin Tom. Shout out Tom. Great guys, both of them, and. There'd been quite a few of us down the pub, probably about 20 of us, all having a few pints and that. And I was in a wheelchair, right? So Gaz and his cousin Tom had decided they were going to get a little battery under my wheelchair and hook Christmas lights up to it, right? It's Christmas Eve. So I had the full works, Christmas lights on my wheelchair, Santa hat with tinsel, lights round me hat, the works. I was on morphine at the time. I was really, really ill. I hadn't been out of hospital for long. Weighed 6 stone, 6.5 stone. There was nothing to me. And I was in a bad way. So, but, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night, we decided we were going to go to the local nightclub, which is the Highwayman. Any listeners who remember the Highwayman in Threatwood, it was just awesome. Great place. Shithole, but ace. One of them places, you know.
Yeah.
Knocked it down now years ago, but it was amazing. So, they used to put a free bus on from the car park in Cheadle, from Quick Save car park, as it was then.
Fucking hell.
I've still got Quick Save.
Going back a bit, that.
And so you could go from whatever pub you were in to the car park, free bus up to the Highwayman, because it's in the middle of nowhere, which is great. So Gaz and Tom started pushing me in my wheelchair up to the car park. It's, a mile, probably.
Yeah.
8:30 at night. I had a few pints all of us. I'm on morphine, like pushing me up the road,
yeah.
lit up like a Christmas tree in a wheelchair, right? So we're going up the street in Cheadle, and we see this guy walking the other way. By the time he gets 30 feet away from us, we can tell he's mashed. I don't know what on, but he's obviously mashed. So he walks to us, and he's on and off the pavement, and he gets up to us, and Gaz and Tom step out the way, and I'm in a wheelchair. As he comes past, he goes in the road, and I says to him, "Merry Christmas, mate," like that, expecting him to go, "Merry Christmas, bag," or whatever. He stops. He says, "You fucking what? You fucking what? You fucking cripple!"
Whoa.
Right? Whatever it was, like something proper horrible. Yeah. And me being me, I was just like, I just say Merry Christmas, mate. Like, and he says, "I'll fucking come and fucking stick that wheelchair up your fucking arse," or whatever it was, something nasty along those lines. And I went, "Right, mate, whatever," like that. And I turned back, and as I turned away, he fucking lunged at me. You got to remember, I'm in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
Right? He fucking lunged at me, mate, like, for twat me. He pulled his fist back, like, I went like that, and I just remember my mate Gaz is a kickboxer, right? Proper kickboxer. And as I saw this fist coming towards me, I just saw Gaz roundhouse him straight in the fucking teeth and honestly, he hit the ground. And I remember Tom going, "Fucking hell, Gaz, you've killed him." And he was just, Gaz had put him straight through the fucking edge behind us, right? He was just totally KO'd in the edge, completely KO'd, right?
What the fuck?
And I was like, what? And I just remember guys going, fucking dickhead, and just carried on fucking pushing me in my wheelchair. So we get 50 feet up the road, and we hear, and he's fucking come round. He comes comes charging up the road after us again, and Tom's handy bastard as well. Yeah. He gets 5 paces behind me, and Tom lays him out again, sparks him on the fucking road, mate, right?
Fuck?
Just boot. This is Christmas Eve. Imagine if you're driving past, right, and there's a bloke in a wheelchair
and 2 other blokes
lit up like a Christmas tree, right, with 2 other blokes filling a bloke in who's tried to at the bloke in the wheelchair.
Jesus Christ.
And I always remember the funniest thing about it was his missus come running up to us. As he's KO'd in the road, his missus comes running up fucking like that, and we're all like, oh man, this is going to get... And she looked at him on the floor and went, fucking dickhead had it coming. And we were like, oh, Merry Christmas. And off we went on the road all fucking laden with Christmas lights, That was my Christmas story being started on.
Mental.
That's crazy, man.
I thought after the first one, fuck me, this is bad, but twice.
No, he got lynched twice, mate. Lynched twice. We're going to have another song. This is a song we've been trying to play for a couple of weeks. Liam, it's a band called Bridges that you originally touched base with a couple of weeks ago.
On Twitter.
Bridges have got a new single that's just come out.
Last Wednesday,
and the song is called Go Long.
Yes.
We're going to play it. You can find it in all the usual places.
Yep, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter. The usual, guys. The usual. You know how it is.
Bridges. Go Long. Let's check it out, guys.
Let's do it.
She get it all the time. Worrying about tomorrow and the night. Worrying about what's gone when it's not gone. Long, long, long. Gotta go get it go. Go. Just head out. Head out. You get it all the time. You get it all the time. Was it something you did? Now there's nobody else. It's the hairs on the back of my neck. Stood up. Slowly stood up there. You only two. Thought I saw the other night. Apparition of a memory I never had. Worry about what's gone when it's not gone. Long, long, long. Gotta go get it go. Go. Get it all the time. You get it all the time. Was it something you did? Now there's nobody else. It's the hairs on the back of my neck. Stood up. I was lonely. Stood up. Yeah. You lonely too. Lonely. Only you're there. You lonely too. Was it something you did? Now there's nobody else. It's the hairs on the back of my neck. Stood up.
That was Bridges with Go Long here on the Anger Management Podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Subcox.
And me, Luke Gordon.
Oh,
I was like, shit, I haven't thought of a nickname.
That was, like I said, that was Bridges. I got a 1975 vibe from that song.
That. Not quite as wimpy as 1975.
Yeah, but a little bit more balls about it. Yeah. A little bit of the blurb from Bridges. They bonded over their love of Motorhead, punk rock, and guitar bands. Ethan Proctor and Henry Matthews met in their early teens. So they've been making music for quite a while now. Yeah. 2020 was a setback for most. Bridges used the time to learn how to record and produce their music from home. Home recorded stuff are really good, guys, really good quality. After producing a number of songs with help from Ash Scott, they mixed the whole project with engineer Joe Marsh. They were almost entirely recorded in bedrooms. The result is far more complete than expected. I thought it sounded really good. I thought the production was excellent. For as much as it's worth. My humble opinion, I thought that was quality. So yeah, a little bit of a 1975 vibe. Oh, get it out there. Five Alive. Anyway,
get down.
We're nearly finished, lads. It's the last segment.
Yes,
as always
for another week.
We do need a Graham poll. This week. What were we having?
I genuinely
didn't we come up with one earlier?
It was just, what was the name of your GIMP on it?
What do you call your GIMP?
We're not having that. Come on.
Can't really have that.
We'll think of something in a minute. But in the meantime, I really wanted to ask you the final question for this week, which is something that I've been thinking about quite often recently, because I like a little bit of escapism. I'm a big science fiction person. And the question I wanted to ask you guys was, if you could live anywhere from a fantasy world, a different universe, something from fiction, something from fantasy, something from TV, books,
I know what
novels,
you're going to say, Steve-O, I think.
Anything at all, where would you live? I'm going to come to you first, Luke.
Oh, I wish you didn't. No, it depends. Do we have any special powers in these universe?
Yeah, you can have whatever you want.
Could you be like a Jedi Knight, for example?
You could be a Jedi Knight if you wanted, but I want to know where you'd live.
I don't know where, because they're all a bit sandy, aren't they? They're all a bit plain. These Star Wars locations aren't they? Unless you live on, I don't know,
Tatooine,
Kashyyyk.
Cloud City.
Fuck knows. Just for the light. You ever watched The Witcher? We ever played The Witcher?
Yeah.
Just fucking, just
be a
fucking
Witcher.
Just fucking go and fight a load of
the games
vampires
or the TV?
If you watch both, you watch the TV series.
I've watched TV series.
I've played The Witcher 3.
Yeah, I've played Witcher 3.
And then watched TV series. But yeah, probably that. Just go around just fucking with a big sword and cutting off. Cutting down werewolves and vampires and
Sounds
shit.
good,
It'd be pretty cool.
I'll be happy with that.
Liam?
It's a toss-up between 3. So either Star Wars universe as a Jedi Knight, obviously. Game of Thrones as potentially, I don't know, someone like Jon Snow beyond the wall. Got to get that in there. And I haven't made an appearance for a few weeks, that joke. And my third and final one would be Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
that sort of like Middle Earth.
What would you be though?
Where'd you live? I want to know where you'd live.
Yeah,
where would you live?
Oh shit!
Would you live in? Is it what's it called? Where the elves live? That looks well slick.
Rivendell. Yeah.
I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I remembered that for some reason.
So I'd either be an elf or a wizard, and I'd live in Minas Tirith.
I'd no idea what that is, but it sounds mint.
Never mind. So one of those 3. But if I had to pick one, I think I'd go for Lord of the Rings.
Would you?
Fair play. Any viewers or listeners who would like to let us know their ideal place to live, please get in touch. Liam will give you the blurb now.
Yes, you can get in touch with us on Facebook, Anger Management Studios, on Twitter, Anger Manage Pod, or you can check us out on Instagram, Anger Management Studios.
So can you guys guess what mine is?
It's got to be Star Wars,
isn't it? What?
No. Stop lying.
Yeah, come on, Andy.
Stop lying. Farming Simulator.
Nope.
Farming Simulator. Oh, God. Right, give us a clue. Is it from a book?
Nope.
Well, I'm all right. I'm back in the game because I don't really...
Is it from a film?
If I said to you NCC 1701D,
Is it Blade Runner?
Is it Line of Duty?
Oh,
I would live on board the USS
Enterprise.
D.
Yeah. Star Trek.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh.
The thing is, what would it be like though? Would it be like on being on a boat? Because I can't imagine. The one of my worst nightmares has been on a boat, being on a cruise. Is the least thing.
I wouldn't want to be on a cruise.
No,
would it be like that? You just I'm going warp speed now.
I've got one other that is similar but possibly better, and that would be to live on Deep Space Nine. Oh, it'd be ace.
It's a bit isolated. Though,
I know.
It's isolated. It's the hub of the galaxy, mate.
Yeah, but
just got Stargate in there while you're at it.
yeah.
The Gamma Quadrant and the Alpha Quadrant come together at Deep Space Nine. I would be there, mate. I'd just stay in a little studio on Deep Space Nine. It'd be mint. Got people come in making tunes on Deep Space Nine.
What would your role be on the Starship Enterprise? If you can't be captain, where else would you be?
I don't really know.
Captain Log.
Yeah, if you can't be captain,
what would I
where'd
be
you
on the Enterprise?
Yeah, if you can't be captain, because that's John Luke's Picard's got that job. What's the role for Andy Stevenson?
I don't really know because my skills don't really translate very well to being on a starship, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do they need musicians?
No.
You're not very good with authority either, are you?
No, I'm terrible. I wouldn't last 5 seconds. That's why Deep Space Nine would probably be better for me because I could just be a freelancer. I could own a studio on Deep Space Nine and people could come and make music. It'd be like now, but more awesome.
More aliens and stuff like that.
Just more sweet. People have finally started to tolerate each other and not kill each other all the time.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'd be happy with that. So we've got Deep Space Nine or the Enterprise. Yeah. We've got Lord of the Rings.
And The Witcher, the Continent.
Yeah.
And The Witcher. Let us know what you think, guys.
Is that the Graham Poll? Oh no!
Oh, I don't know. We need to think something for Graham Poll.
I'd got a quick Graham. I'd just seen one. Let me load up the old iPad again and get my notes out.
Again, we'll have to stall for time while Andy gets his iPad out.
Who's ready to see the Manx?
The one I wanted to ask. The one I wanted to ask, just a little bit from what we were discussing earlier about YouTube adverts. Does a YouTube advert in the middle of your video
make you want to buy that product? Ah, it's a good one. That's a good one.
Or does it make you go, no, I'm never, ever buying your product, ever.
Because you've interrupted me.
Fucked me fucking video up.
Watching bikini girls get oiled up on fucking YouTube.
Is that what you watch?
Just don't check
that.
Just don't
check his history.
Don't.
Let the people vote. We'll put it to you. Check us out on Twitter and
you can find us on Twitter at Anger Managed Pods and have your say with the results finding out for it next week.
Next week, we've got the third wheel of the mighty Round and Circles.
Oh, is Gaz coming on, is he? Oh, that'll be all right.
Gaz is coming on. LG, I assume you'll be with us again.
I can't actually. I'm on holiday.
LG, I assume you won't be with us again.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Where are you going on holiday, mate?
I'm going to,
next door.
Yeah,
Alton Towers.
The park.
Going to so I was supposed to be going Crete.
Yeah, that's out
that's
the window.
Not happening. So me and Sarah are just going to go somewhere. I haven't actually booked anything yet. We're just going to go from about Tuesday to Friday and just go away.
Just go to your back garden, mate.
Anywhere.
Yeah, the shed.
But yeah, no, you'll have a fun time without me, I'm sure. So
I'm sure we'll conjure something up with Gaz Ryder. It's been the Anger Management Podcast with me, Andy Stevenson.
Me, Liam Simcox.
And me, the most handsome, wonderful, courageous.
Oh, he's fucking lost it. He's lost it.
It's gone.
Big LG.
We'll be back next week, same time, same place.
Yes, you know where to find us.
Stay tuned, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
Okay, bye.
Ladies, everyone.
See you later.